Okay, everybody, I'm back after a little bit. I wanted to talk today a little bit about a low carb diet. Um, a lot of people ask me specifics about a low carb diet, and it's really not that difficult. But I realize that for someone who hasn't done it or has no idea about eating anything, eating a low carb diet, it might be a little bit daunting, or they might not be able to think of things. So that's why I'm shooting this video. I just had a couple people ask me questions about it yesterday. Anyway, if you want to do your own research, you can look up the Atkins diet, which is, I believe, the original diet, or you can do like a Google search for like a ketosis diet. But in short, you simply want to cut down how many carbohydrates you have in a day, and that involves a lot of label reading and keeping things in mind instead of whereas before you might go out and just get something to eat without thinking about it. You might go to Burger King, you might go to McDonald's, God forbid you go to McDonald's, or you might go to Chipotle. But the key is knowing and keeping track of how many carbs you eat in a day. If you're trying to lose weight, and if you're just trying to maintain a weight, it's just a matter of not avoiding carbs altogether, but being very mindful of how many carbs you eat, even if it's not directly counting grams of carbs. If you eat a hamburger, just maybe get in the habit of eating only half the bun. If you have breakfast, maybe don't eat so many pancakes, or substitute pancakes for something else. To go over specifics and what I did for my when I was doing the Atkins diet. The Atkins diet has multiple phases, but I only did the first phase, which was the strictest, and it was 24 grams of carbohydrate in a day. And you can eat that at any time. You can eat it all at once, 24. You can eat, as close as you can get to zero if you want. I would pretty much shoot for zero, unless I had a craving for candy or something. I'm a really big candy junkie, so I might save my 24 for the end of the day and have like 2 or 3 pieces of candy. But pretty much in the morning, I would do eggs most mornings. Whether it was scrambled, they were fried or whatever, with some kind of meat, sausage, bacon, or whatever else. The thing is just to avoid the carbs, and it's not as simple as just bread. Some people might think, oh, it's just the bread. I won't eat a biscuit with my breakfast. Well, some people like to put syrup on their bacon. Syrup is nothing but sugar, which is nothing but carbohydrates. And one thing that people kind of forget to put together is that bread turns to sugar in your body. I mean, I'm really simplifying it down what the chemical process is, but eating a piece of bread is the same as eating a certain amount of sugar. It all turns to glucose in your body. Actually, sugar is glucose, but it's the same end result in your body. So your orange juice, actually every fruit juice is gonna have a lot of sugar in it. Whether it has added sugar or not makes no difference. Even fruit itself has sugar in it. So if you're really trying to really be on that, diet to lose weight, you have to keep in mind, it's not just I got to eat naturally. No, you not just have to eat naturally. You have to keep that carb content in mind. So it's all right to have fruit. Be mindful of how much you have, and because fruit comes in varying sizes and the type of fruit and how dense it is. Just don't go crazy on the fruit. That's the bottom line. There are some sites that will give you estimates on carbs for a certain amount of fruit. They might give you, they might say 1 large apple contains 7 carbs or something like that. I mean, there are sites that actually break that down for you. It's not entirely accurate, but it gives you a baseline. And really, that kind of goes for your meals throughout the whole day. Just avoid the carbs. Keep in mind what has carbs. If you don't know, read the label. A couple of ideas, just to throw things out there for people who just really have no idea. Like, well, I want to do this, but I don't know what to do. Breakfast is simple. I mean, just everybody knows, eggs and meat for breakfast. Lunch, you can always do I used to do a lot of tomato sauce based things, basically spaghetti without the noodles. I use spaghetti sauce or just the tomato sauce. Watch the carb content on some of the sauces. Some of them add sugars in it. Put a bunch of meat in there, a bunch of vegetables, you season it up really nice, And you know, some of the quicker things that you can do is always remember eggs. You know, not just for breakfast. You can poach eggs. You can make souffles with eggs. You can make, well, not really souffle. I think you have to add flour for that. But you can hard boil eggs. You can make, you know, egg salad out of hard boiled eggs. You know, just make sure you use healthy ingredients. You know, for lunches, you can bring any type of meat. You can do, even if you fry chicken. And, you know, everyone's, oh, I can't do fried chicken. You really can, as long as you don't bread it. And you can even bread it too if you're really strict on the rest of your day with your carbs. So, you know, I used to do a lot of baked chicken. I did a lot of, you know, a vegetable, not really a stir fry, but like a vegetable mixture and like sausage and stuff like that. And just pile it on, and really you can eat as much as you want, and you're not gonna get that carb content. Another thing to keep in mind is drinks. Well, one, if you're doing a low carb diet, which is, you know, obviously if it's low in carb, it's probably gonna be high in protein. You're gonna want to drink a lot of water. And I'm not saying go overboard with it. Like, you got to be sitting there chugging down 2 gallons of water a day. But the more protein you eat, the more your kidneys have to work. So you have to constantly keep water running through your body to flush your kidneys. Otherwise, you could end up with kidney stones. And that's a kind of a worst case scenario. But there are some people out there who hate water that much, and will probably sit around and say, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this Atkins diet and eat steaks every day for who knows how long, and not really drink enough water. They're probably gonna get kidney stones. So don't let that be you. Drink a lot of water. If you abhor water like some people do, there are plenty of products out there like Mio. There's the little to-go packs. Love that, of the Kool-Aid, which, believe it or not, it's Kool-Aid, but it's not. It doesn't have any sugar. Well, most of them. They just, like I said, read the labels. But the to-go ones, a lot of them don't have sugar, and they taste great. Take a thing of water that you hate so much, dump it in there, shake it up, bam, you got Kool-Aid or Crystal Light or whoever makes the whatever. You know, just find a flavor you like and chug it down. For those of you who can drink water straight, great. You know, I really advise doing that, because even with the flavors that are in the water, they're still chemicals. I mean, I don't know how much of a health effect they have, but the more natural you do anything, the better. So hopefully I'll put another video out here with like really specific, like almost like a meal list, you know, that you guys can take a look at, you know, play with the idea whether you like the way that tastes or whether you want to do it at all, or, you know, do a variation on it or whatever. But hopefully that gave you a better idea of, you know, some things that you need to look for, you know, especially keeping the drinking in mind and the drinking options. You want to stay away from soda. You really want to stay away from soda whenever you can. You know, it's not like the end of the world if you drink soda, but some people drink. I've observed people drink soda when they get into work with their breakfast, which was already horrible. And then they drank another soda afterwards. Then for lunch they had a supersized soda from McDonald's along with their horrible McDonald's meal. And then after that they drank more soda. So not only did they drink all of that soda with all of that sugar and carbs, but all those chemicals in your body just works with whatever you give it. It tries to. So all they did was dump in all those chemicals and carbonic acid and artificial flavoring and coloring, and no water. So, you know, needless to say, I can't even say most. Every single person who I've observed ever who drinks that much soda is a very large individual, and most of the time they're rather unhealthy. So anyway, if you have any comments, any specifics about this video, just, you know, feel free to leave them in the comments. If not, I'll probably post another video with just like a laundry list of ideas for you. Some quick, some that you can make for dinner, and, you know, and I'll go from there. All right, well, see you all later, and I'll try to put out some more videos.